I had to bribe him here with coffee.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Christina, and today on Double Whammy we are talking about labels. I'm with my friend Liam.
What's up, guys?
Say hey.
Hey.
I personally don't like them. I never liked them.
Which I always know.
Yeah. And every time someone asked me what I was, one, I guess I just didn't like them because I didn't know what I was. And I didn't know how to respond.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, why does it matter?
The reason why I never understood labels is because I always was like, not necessarily comfortable because before I didn't come on as trans, I didn't know, you know. But like when it came to like sexuality, like I was just so comfortable with it that like I knew who I was, so it was easy to be like, oh, I'm in this label, and that's like what it is.
I just felt like when I first met you needed to have things in boxes, like mentally.
I feel like maybe that was like my own insecurity too, you know, just because like being with someone when there's not like that full on like label, like knowing like who they are, it's like kind of scary.
Right.
Because, you know, obviously you want them to like love you for who you are, and I've always had issues with my gender and people accepting me for who I am. So that's why I think labels have been a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
How do I feel about them?
Yeah.
I think they're useful. I think they're helpful. Because personally right now with like my gender and all that, it's like really confusing. So to be like, oh yeah, I like to be looked at as a boy and a girl, like, you know how hard that is to explain yourself to people?
Well,
and I feel like now I'm not as like a label word. I think I kind of like got out of that. I mean, I still like it, but I think I'm actually a lot happier now that I don't feel like you have to.
Now that you're not focused on that.
Yeah. Like it doesn't. It's really not a thing to me. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're like a lesbian. That's cool. But
yeah.
You're bi. That's cool.
I think what bothers me is that I think that they're good for talking to people who don't know, but like when you tell people you're gay, it gives them an assumption. It just makes them think of all these things that are associated with gay right off the bat.
So it's like you personally think that no one should even ask. Like it shouldn't even matter.
Yes.
Okay, like I get it. Like it shouldn't even like be a thing to be like, oh, are you gay? Or
And my sister, who's straight, she was like, well, I don't even think about my sexuality. It's not a big deal. And I said, it's not a big deal because you're straight.
Yeah.
It's straight is the norm. They don't even have to worry
about it.
Yeah,
that's true. They probably, I never
They don't even think about it.
Yeah, they probably don't.
So when I brought up what we were talking about, my sister was like, why does that even matter?
That is so weird.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. In like the straight community, they don't worry about that stuff. They don't think about it. Whereas like in like the LGBT community, it's like, right, do you see those LGBT? There's like all that in there. Like, then maybe the easiest way to say it's queer, but I still feel like
I love that word.
But it's still
generalized.
But they still need a label.
Yeah, so it's a label, but it's generalized to the point where I'm okay saying I'm not because I don't have to go into detail about exactly what I am.
Right.
Say I'm gay, which I hate that. But I say I go on a date with a guy. I have friends that tell me, well, then you're not part of this gay family. I've dated girls for the last 6 years.
Right.
So what does that make me? Not gay. Like, I'm with a guy or have slept with men. It does not mean I'm now no longer part of the gay family.
Right, and that's like another thing that I was worried about too with like fully transitioning and stuff. You know, I feel like I would lose that part, like that
I don't think so.
Really?
I think you would find a whole new community to be a part of.
Maybe.
Do you think labels are more helpful than harmful, or are they both, or?
But I think like it all depends on the person, because I personally feel like someone who is such a label whore is someone who's like not comfortable with themselves. Because when I was like that, it was when I wasn't comfortable with myself, and I would kind of judge people and, you know, like not be with someone or date someone because of the way that they label themselves. Like for example, like I mean even with Kelly, it's like she identifies as a lesbian,
Right.
but I also like to be a man.
Right.
So it's like, how does that work?
Yeah.
You know, but that's where it's just a fucking label.
Yeah.
But then still, it's like still then.
We all have things that we put ourselves into boxes for, but for some reason, sexuality labels are such a big deal for us. And why is that? When I don't put female first, creative first, I put pansexual first. Because I feel like your sexuality, with how different, you know, society is now and how open it is, and like how accepting it's becoming. Right.
It's like you almost need to know those things. Why is gender such a big deal? You know, why does it matter if I'm looked at as a guy? But it does matter because it plays a huge part in your life and the life you live and the lifestyle you have.
Yeah. My sister made a really weird, cool point for them straight people.
See, straight people!
My sister says, when I think of sexuality, I think of sex and not identity, because we don't focus on having that be so part of ourselves, that when they think of sexuality, she thinks of sex. So focused like in my sexuality, but for me that was my identity. That was who I was, not just this sexual part of it.
Right.
I would love to wear like a button down, not because it's like more masculine or less feminine. It's just comfortable.
Right.
But I feel like I can't because it's not super feminine.
I say screw that idea. Throw it out the window and wear what you want to wear.
Okay.
Because you know what? I dress like in guy clothes all the time. Sometimes I want to wear girl clothes. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sexuality to me isn't a big thing. I know I love women, so that's not like, you know. Yeah, I do. No, like, that's not my thing. My huge thing with labels is like my gender.
Yeah.
And once on Tumblr, and I hashtag, I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this too. I hashtagged female to male, and I hashtagged lesbian. And this dude, female to male, went off on me. And this is the huge thing is, are labels really that big of a deal? That right there is a perfect example, because he was like, you're uneducated people, you know, people aren't gonna take, you know, female to male seriously, then they're just gonna look at us as butch lesbians because of people like you. And I'm like, you know what, you have absolutely no right to come at me like that. You don't know my life, you don't know what maybe sometimes I like to be a girl, so I'm going to be a lesbian. If you really want to label me like that, I will be a lesbian. But then sometimes I do identify with being transgender.
Well, then would you be gender fluid?
See, yeah, I mean, yes. I guess that would be gender fluid. But I do like to identify as female to male for some reason. But then sometimes I also do like to be seen as a girl. So it's like confusing. But I got so much shit though.
I'm sure.
Because I used to be the same way as him. I was like, there's no way. If I'm female to male, I could never be girl.
I remember you being that way.
Right, I was. And like now that I'm not, I'm so much happier with just like being who I am. Like, who cares if I say female to male? Who cares if I say, you know, lesbian? There's just so many different things out there that that's why I get why you don't like labels. Because there's just so many different things.
I hate them.
No, I love psychology, and when it comes to that, it's all labels. That's what it is, you know?
Yeah. Then I felt like I was confined into gay once I came out gay. And I remember going on a date with a guy and feeling really guilty. Like, feeling super guilty. And not because I didn't want to like him. It was because all my friends who were gay almost like made you feel like now that you're gay, you can't change.
Right.
They might be helpful, but they also make you feel like, now I'm here, and now what do I do? And I can't change it if I want.
Yeah, but
alright, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. You can find Liam on Tumblr, and the link will be down below. And Friday,
ooh, we get wasted.
We are doing the backwards words challenge, and we are doing it drug style.
Yes.
I hope you have a great day, and live with kindness and lead with love. Yay! Okay, bye! And I also figured out that I'm really feminine.
You just realized that?
No.
Did you?